Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fidia Nurarbaini Baiti from class 7B of Seminar on English Language Teaching. And in this occasion, I will be presenting my proposal uh, for Seminar on NLT with the title English Speaking Podcast on Spotify to Improve Listening Skill for English Department Students. And without further ado, let's start with Chapter 1, Identifications of the Problem. And this is all what I found from and what I conclude from my introductions and what I want to talk about. The first one is students need to mastering the four skills of English, which are speaking, listening, reading, and writing. And the second one is students need modern technology media to learn English in this era, so they enjoy learning more. Since this is a modern era and the technology has already advanced much more than before, so students or learners need a media to learn English and that is more enjoyable and fun, so they won't get bored easily. And the third one is students may not really learn to improve their listening skill when it is actually important because even the teachers usually not really paying much more attention to their listening when it is actually a very important skill in communication other than speaking. Uh, and the last one is students not really know that an enjoyable media like podcasts that they usually see all over the internet can help them in improving their listening skill. And they can learn more about words, vocabulary, and more. And the next one is formulation of the problem is how can English speaking podcasts on Spotify be used for English department students in Sultan Ageng Tirtayasa University to improve their listening skill? And linked to that, the objective of the problem is to know how English speaking podcasts on Spotify can be used for English department students in Sultan Ageng Tirtayasa University to improve their listening skill. And move on to chapter 2, that is literature review. Listening based on Harmer 2001 suggests that listening is a receptive skill where people receive the idea from what they hear or listen. But listening is very different, the meaning of it, with hearing. Listening needs much more process in mind to get what people really talking about so we can understand what they're talking. And hearing is just like a passive communication. Improve listening with podcasts. From what I have been searching, there are actually already many research that are talking about using podcasts to teach or learn English or any foreign language. And the results from this research are actually really great. And they said that students or learners can improve more and learn from using podcasts. And they actually find it more enjoyable and fun, and they get more interested to learn. But however, I haven't really found research that is specifically using podcasts from Spotify as the media. And chapter 3, the research method. Uh, The research design that I will be using is qualitative research, and the approach will be study case. And the participants of the research are English department students of Sultan Alam Ketayasa University from all levels. And the data collecting technique will be questionnaire and survey. So the participants will fill the form with their experience or what they think. And the next is data analysis technique. That is data reduction, data display, and data verification. And the last one is credibility of the data will be processed with data triangulation. And that is all from me. Uh, Thank you for your attention and listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.